We spoke to Seb to see how Hashtag's non-league journey is going so far.
Hashtag United, the biggest team on YouTube. How did it go from being a YouTube team, obviously based around the FIFA concept, to Sunday League? How did it go from that to now being in the actual non-league?
Yeah, it sort of happened really quickly, to be honest. We had such a great time playing in our own little divisional structure, and as we got to the end of that, we're like, what's the next step? What do we do next? And I think the natural step with the football team, being made up of mine and Spencer's mates, was to try and see how far we could take it on a competitive basis. So we talked to the FA and they told us about this league that was being created, which is here at Step 6, which is the Eastern Senior League. So we thought, well, let's give it a go, let's do it. You know, that's going to allow us to have a big structure, more games. Now training every single week, you have to at this level. May even start training twice a week soon. A lot of games, which is a lot of travelling, a lot of times away from work. You know, most of our guys have full-time jobs as well. So that's probably the biggest challenge, is the additional commitment, having to get a lot fitter. Because, you know, the teams in our league are no mugs. You know, you can't have you can't turn up half cut or half hungover or something. You've got to be on it, you know. So that little bit of additional professionalism has been probably the biggest shock to a few of them. But they're now we're a few weeks into it, they seem to be handling it pretty well.
So what's it been like entering the non-league? What has the reception been like from other non-league clubs, from other non-league fans?
Yeah, it's getting better.
Yeah.
Initially, a lot of people from the non-league world, not traditionally the world we interact with on YouTube or on social media, so they sort of just think we're a bit of a joke and don't really understand it. And I sort of understand that reaction, to be honest. I don't really have anyone is naturally going to be a little bit standoffish for anything that's new to them. So there were a few people that, you know, criticised what we're about and not a real team and all the rest of it. But I think hopefully we're trying to do the right things. We're trying to instill the right message into the players and treating people that come to the games well and treating our opposition well, and hopefully starting to turn a few people's opinions one by one.
Where do you see Hashtag in a few years' time?
For now, the goal has very much been to see how we were going to do, to compete, you know, to basically establish ourselves in our league, which so far, it's very early days still, even for this season. We seem to be okay, we seem to be doing that. So now I think time to maybe increase our ambitions for this season, possibly try and get up and around the leaders of the league. So I think we'd like to get promoted in the next couple of years if we can, and then see what happens. You know, we're not really setting any crazy expectations. It's really just an extension of the journey, and the boys having a great time. You know, I'm looking down at the warm-up now, there's still some faces there that, you know, I've known my entire life.